What is going on, everyone? Matthew97657 here. Today we're back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title and thumbnail suggests, this is going to be the Nanmu Studios Tiger Blade. Yes, Tiger Blade Raptor. So with that being said, nothing more to it. Let me get right on into it. And alas, before we actually cut it open, just want to give a quick look at the box here. It is a kind of like see-through plastic, kind of like the old Monster Art stuff. They haven't really done that in a while, have they? But you have a nice little illustration of the Tiger Blade Raptor here. You have the title, Raptor Tiger Blade. I'm sure that's just in Chinese, because I believe Nanmu Studios is a Chinese manufacturer. So they, so most of the text on here, it does seem to be Chinese text, which is very cool. You can see my phone in the background there. One just really nice image of the figure itself, and then here's a little bit of what you would find at the bottom of it. So yeah, it's definitely it's not official. Obviously we know exactly what Raptor this is going for. It's not official, but you know, I decided to pick it up because it looked extremely good. Extremely good. Especially after the Hammond Collection Velociraptor for the Lost World Raptor. I saw it in stores, I saw it with my own eyes, and I was like, no, I think I'll pass. So here it is in the protective packaging, and then you do have the kind of just like background, which is some leafage, foliage of kind of like a autumn forest. It looks autumn-ish. So I think we're done with the knife there, but alas, you can see everything here. So let's go ahead and take off this top layer first. Top layer is done. And then, so we have a nice tail here, a nice tail, and it does have kind of like the bendy wire that you'd imagine. It has like 3 little dots on there. I guess that's just like the rubber stuff. I guess whenever they make it like that, you know, the rubber kind of like, I don't want to say tears, but I guess it has to do it. So obviously, very cool, the bendable wire stuff. I really like the like little like hump here, if you will. It's kind of like raised, which is awesome. It comes with a stand, which is kind of cool. Obviously, if it comes with the stand, it's going to come with the base. So there is our little acrylic base. It looks like it attaches to something too. We do have a claw accessory here. Very cool. Kind of, I guess, going for like a reaching out type of effect. And before I forget, this is articulatable. This little peg there. There you go. There you go. Very cool. Another claw. And last but not least, the full main body figure, which let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to fix the camera real quick. It looks a little... There we go. It looks a little off-center. But here it is. This is, well, not completely. Before we assemble it, well, before we finish it, let's go ahead and assemble it. So it's as easy as you'd imagine. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a click, but I kind of just forced it in there. And yeah, it seems to be holding well. There was no click, it's just that in itself. So here it is. This is the figure there. And yeah, I mean, the paint scheme, love it. I absolutely love it. Definitely probably my favorite Raptor design, if I'm being honest. I just always loved it when I was a kid. Always such a huge fan. So I figured, hey, let's go all out. You know, the convenience for the Hammond Collection was there, but I really wanted to go for the accuracy on this one. So let's go ahead and start off with a little bit of a detail showcase. So here is the eyes there. And it is just painted on, but I mean, just a lot of cool little folds in the skin. As you can see, some scales going across and all that sort. There is that little like 3-dot thing. I'm not really sure what happened there, but you can kind of see a lot of the line ridges on the tail that just go throughout the entire thing. Very cool. Showcase the legs, you can kind of see a little bit of the lines, and then on the other underbelly here, the other side of the legs there, and you have the feet as well, which it's kind of unique. There's a lot of like dark paint application there. Very cool nonetheless, though. And then let's go ahead and open the jaw. And so the teeth are very, they're actually they're not very sharp, but they do have a little bit of a point to them. And I'd honestly say it's kind of hard to catch on camera. They look more translucent than anything. They do look a little bit more translucent, but it looks like they have like a red wash on it. And then you can kind of see this little thing on the mouth there, which looks really fleshy. And then same deal with the inside of the mouth as well. I'm trying to see if I can get that to the best of its ability with my camera. So let's do that. And with the light, there you go. You can kind of see it's kind of pinkish. A lot more pink than what you'd imagine red, but it looks like there's a little bit of a slight red wash in there. And even the back of the mouth is extremely detailed. But if you want a close-up of the face once again with the jaw open, we'll go ahead and segue into articulation. So I don't want to force it, but it looks like it can come up a pretty high amount, if I'm being honest. Maybe a little unnatural, because you can kind of see the piece here, the little gap. A little bit maybe too unnatural, so you maybe want to go there. But I mean, if you want it, you can go like there and it looks fine. But in terms of that, you saw the jaw, and then you can kind of just see the seams on the body here. So we have a little bit of a head joint, if you will. Not too much movement, but you can move it. And you have kind of like your base neck joint within here, which does allow you to move it a little bit more. I'm actually not getting too much movement up and down, but I'm getting more movement on the side to side area. So I can't really say a lot of movement up and down, right? But from the side to side, you can definitely get it within there. Moving on towards the arms here. So we can go full across, but as you can see the design there, it just kind of doesn't allow it to go fully straight back, and then kind of like an elbow joint there. And then you can bring that down, bring it back up, and same with our claw hand, if you will. We do have a seam right on the middle, which does look a little awkward, I'll be honest, but you can get a little bit of some horizontal articulation and a little bit maybe going down and up. Not a lot, but you can kind of get some rotation out of it, which is cool. So moving on to the legs here, to our thighs and whatnot. So we can go all the way across, and then we can actually come out on the legs there. We can come out and in, and then moving back towards here. There's a little joint in here within the thighs, but I'm not getting a lot of movement. I guess I kicked it out there. There is a kick out. There is a kick in, and then back to the kick out, and then kind of like calf piece, there is more of like an ankle piece with rotation, and then on the sickle claw, you actually do get a little bit of some articulation on that, which is unique. I guess I wouldn't imagine that piece to get articulation, but it's very welcome nonetheless. Last but not least, we did see the tail, but in terms of just the peggy point, I can go up, I can go down, and then it can go left. Oh, came off. So you probably want to use some heat to fully get it in, but I mean, I just did it again. So yeah. Last but not least, let's go ahead and take off our claws. So as simple as this, I'd like to imagine, just take off the hand claw manually. Simple as an insert. I want to say this is the right claw. Hopefully it is, and I'm not wrong. Just a little bit of insert, make sure it's in correctly, and then we'll do it with the other piece, and then we'll insert that as well. So you can kind of go for like a pouncing motion, if you will, just off of for fun. Let's go ahead and try to get this going. It's a little stiff back here. There we go. And then we can go out, and then just give the tail like a weird physics motion, and then we can go in. There we go. Something like that. I mean, it's a work in progress, but yeah, it would be something like that there, and then try to get our head down. I would say, yeah, the weakest part of articulation is definitely the neck. It cannot look down too much, and I'm afraid I'm going to break it. But something like that, you know. I mean, you don't even have, you can, I guess you could have it stand too, and let's actually test that because I haven't had it stand on its own, and I mean, pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, just kind of got a basic groundwork and it went ahead and worked, so that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I definitely do love it. I'm gonna be 100% honest, just as like a quick, just kind of like glance at it. I really love the paint job and all of that, which was ultimately the reason why I decided to pick this one up compared to some of the other ones. I just felt like this was the definitive one to go with for a design I love so much. So figured, hey, I guess if you want a base articulation for a stand, you got 3 pieces here that'll kind of let you do what you want with it. And then you do have rotation on the claw effect or the grip. And then you can open them up a little bit to hold it in place. So I'm not really sure how you would want to hold this one in place. I guess maybe from there. Although I think the figure is way heavier than the stand. So I mean, it's probably something along these lines. I know I'm doing it super incorrectly, but I just kind of wanted to showcase it. Maybe I'll showcase it in a better light. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's that looks kind of wrong though. You could put a human figure down there and that would work. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. If I had to, let's go ahead and just, I guess, do a small, quick comparison. I know it kind of looks a little off. Take that away. These are our kind of idle hands, which probably should be the ones used. Let's do a stand test once again. Come on. Not bad, come on. Almost there. There we go, perfect. So what we'll end up doing is showcase. We'll go ahead and showcase just 2 of our larger Jurassic World figures that we do have. I don't have another Lost World Velociraptor design, and so it's not gonna like me doing this too much, but just have a quick comparison just for size reference. It is a little bit of a larger figure than your traditional Raptor sized figures from Mattel, so if you're going for accuracy, it's probably not going to fit in that boat, if I'm being honest. And then last but not least, we'll do the Hammond Collection Spinosaur, which was our second latest figure. So pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. The more I look at it, I just absolutely love the design on it. And you know, I think the retail price on it was, I think, $55 if I'm correct, which isn't more expensive than, you know, your traditional Mattel figure for a Raptor. The Hammond Collection was at $15, but I decided to go the extra mileage and pay for, you know, the more accurate thing. And whether you enjoy this one or the Hammond Collection, the Hammond Collection one more, it's completely up to you. I just gotta say, I really am very impressed with this one. I love the detail on it, just all around the board. Very happy I decided to pick it up. And I forgot to mention, but the tail is pretty lengthy, which is always a fun addition. Sometimes they can get clipped just to, you know, preserve box space and all that. So seeing a pretty lengthy tail is awesome. So, you know, for the most part, I can't even say for the most part, I'm extremely satisfied with this one. I guess the only minor complaints I had is maybe the articulation on the neck region. The seam on the body is kind of obvious. And then I guess outside of that, maybe the 3 little dots I have on my tail. But, you know, it's doing what it was supposed to do, and that was to represent the Lost World Velociraptor in an articulatable figure form. And I gotta say, I'm impressed with that. They delivered on it. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and conclude this figure review. Once again, this was the Nanmu Tiger Blade Velociraptor from Nanmu Studios, or pretty much their interpretation of the Lost World Velociraptor if it went under your nose. So with that being said, let me know what you guys thought of it. I absolutely love it. It looks amazing. A very nice piece with the paint design, the articulation, and the mold itself. So let me know what you guys think of the Nanmu Tiger Blade Velociraptor, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!